Harris Benside here. So in this session, we'll be looking at lead generation. I'm very certain you're going to find this session very interesting. So just watch to the end. Okay. So what is lead generation? First of all, let's talk about what a lead is. A lead is simply someone with an interest in what you're offering. A lead could also be an organization. Lead generation is the process of generating multiple persons, organizations, or businesses interested in your product or service. Um, NB, their leads doesn't mean they will buy, but the more leads you have, the better your chances of sales. So what do I mean here? I mean, if you sell any product, let's say you sell a car, and I show like I'm interested in owning a car. Even if I don't buy your car, I'm your lead. Okay, I am your lead. It doesn't mean I must buy your car before you call me a lead. So that is what a lead is all about. And a lead generation is a process you use to generating those people who are in need of your offer, of your product or your service or anything you're offering out there. So for you to get clients, you must have leads first. You must have people showing interest to your product before even getting people to buy. So what the benefits of lead generation? If you take your lead generation seriously, you can move from zero sales to hundred of sales daily. Here are some benefits of lead generation. Most people get to know your brand and what it does. That's attraction. You know, if you have a product, let's say you have let's say you're a pharmacist and you have uh maybe a medicine you've discovered, a cure to headache. Let's say you discovered paracetamol, and you decide to keep this paracetamol to yourself without making it reach out to people who are in need. Your paracetamol will remain only to you and nobody is going to know your paracetamol means you will likely get no buyers at all. So if you keep your product, even no matter how good it is and no matter how big the problem is solving, if you keep it hidden, no one is going to know it. But if you expose it out there, it's going to attract a lot of people who are in need. That's what we mean here. And aside from that, if you have an important product like a product that helps people and you refuse to sell out there, you can see that you're wicked. Just imagine someone who discovered paracetamol decided that he won't sell paracetamol out there. He's not only wicked to himself that he's not going to get the money, but he's wicked to people who find his product helpful. The second here is you make more sales and generate income for your business expansion. So when you generate more leads, you make more sales. You know, business is a game of numbers. So if you know that you generating 100 leads is going to give you 10 sales, it means with lead generation you have to generate more leads. Means you have to generate 200 leads to make 20 sales. And the more you generate leads, the more your business expand. So the third here is your followers increases. Of course, if you generate more leads, your business expand. You're going to have a lot of followers. For someone who has for some people who have social media uh, handles like maybe Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, you're going to have an increase in followers, and that is an advantage to you, to your brand. Your business gets to be open to more opportunities and collaboration. You know, when you generate more leads, you get a lot of people who are interested in your offer, and some people may even find you very productive, and they may decide like to collaborate with your brand. And when they collaborate, you gain a lot. You gain a lot of leads again, you gain money, you gain sales and a lot of others. And here multiple income per sales. So these are the advantages of lead generation. Let's look at how we can generate leads. So how to generate leads? There are so many ways to generate leads, but all of this can be summarized into three. I'm sure I wanted to write three here, so let me just correct it. All of these can be summarized into three. And the first here is organic lead generation. The second is paid ads. Third is both paid ads and organic. That's why I made it three because I had to combine both paid ads and organic to make it three. So how do you generate organic leads and what is organic lead generation? Organic lead generation is a process of attracting potential customers to your business without spending money on advertising or paid promotion. With this strategy, you spend time and effort developing strategies that result in new customers finding and trusting your business. To generate a good number of leads, you will have to share in Facebook and WhatsApp groups that allow sharing. Okay, it means you don't have to just spam people group. Okay, you just have to share in WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups that allow sharing, or get family and friends to refer your brand. This method is not advisable though. Okay, now let's look at the paid ads. Before even telling you why it's not advisable, let's look at paid ads. Prophet Manuel will always say the reason why adverts stand with ED is that it will give you an advantage, and that is true. Paid ads gives your brand and business that advantage. With paid ads, you have a platform or platforms where you can get access to millions of leads for your business. With Facebook ads, you give your money to Mark Zuckerberg. In return, he gives you an audience you need. Means you can also pay bloggers, influencers, or WhatsApp TVs that have raised or built an audience you need. Okay, like when the easiest way to generate leads is actually going to someone who has the audience you need. We have WhatsApp TVs out there, we have influencers, and we have bloggers. If you're generating leads for WhatsApp, I will mostly advise you to go in for WhatsApp TVs or you go in for Facebook ads. Because when you pay Mark Zuckerberg, you pay him just little sum of money and he's going to give you thousands of leads, depending on how catchy your lead magnet is. On WhatsApp TVs also, you get lots of audience. Okay, with bloggers also, you need to get bloggers. You don't need to go like when you're paying a blogger, you don't have to go for a blogger. How do I mean here? Means you have to investigate, you have to follow that blogger and know the content they post and see if it's related to your niche. You can't go and pay a blogger who always promote, let's say, comedians, artists, and so on and so forth. Just that about entertainment, and you're paying him to advertise, let's say, your skill. Or it's going to be the turnout is not going to be that much because um his audience are not meant for that. His audience are there to view entertainment. They are there to view comedy and the rest. So you're not going to have a good turnout. So influencers as well. So you need to. These are things you should do first. You have to do your findings before going ahead to pay anyone for your adverts. Then we have the third here, which is both organic and paid ads. This lead generation strategy make use of both organic and paid ads. Is the most effective of them all. First of all, you need to generate a good number of audience. Then you beg them to help you share your ad copy on their status and groups that allows sharing in exchange for a reward. This reward can either be an ebook, uh, a video, or an app. Don't forget to ask screenshot when they are done sharing before giving out the gift you promise. So I mostly use this method of generating leads. Means I pay WhatsApp TVs to run my ads. Let's say WhatsApp TVs, of course, because that's what I mostly use. So when I pay WhatsApp TVs to run my ads, I can pay WhatsApp TV to run my ads, and I generate just, let's say, about 40 something leads, people who are interested in my offer, or people who are interested in my training, or my um maybe my class, or anything, or my seminar, or my webinar. So when I get them, I beg them to share. Normally, when they realize that they're going to be getting a lot of value from me, they won't have any problem sharing. And I always like encourage them with gifts, sometimes with pro apps, sometimes with courses, so they can help me share. And when I do this, I get a lot of shares, and it gets a lot of turn up. Sometimes I can use that for the three people I got from WhatsApp TV to fill a group of maybe about 1,000. It's very much possible. So you just need to find a reward, very good reward that is going to that they're going to be like wanting to share. And you can make the reward like I have about 200 premium applications. So I usually give them out, and I'll just tell any of them that okay, share it to as many group as you can, and I'm going to give you as many apps as I can. So if you share to a group, you get an app. If you share to two groups, you get two apps. So if you get such gifts, you're going to have um, a lot of leads. because when they share, you get to get more people who are interested in your offer. And when those people get in, they still have to share because they want to get the gift as well. So when they share, you get a lot of leads, and that's how they keep sharing until the day you decide to organize a webinar. So let's look at the benefits of paid adverts. So when you go into paid advert, you have more access to people for less amount of money. Means let's say you are reaching out to you pay Mark Zuckerberg to give you a lot of audience just in exchange of maybe 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 fans. Okay, you have more access to people for less amount of money. And the second is you have more sales. If you keep your products to yourself, how are you going to make money? You won't. Dangote is making money. Dangote is selling just salt. He's selling salt, cement. How much is a bag of cement? How much is a glass of salt? What makes him make money is the number of leads, is the number of people he reach out to, not the amount of that product, not the price of that product. So if you reach out to more people, you're going to make more sales, and you're going to that here is more reach. So for those of you who have maybe Facebook pages and you're running ads with your Facebook page, you're going to have more reach. You're going to have product insights and market research. So these are advantages for some of you who are going to be buying Facebook adverts. So let's look at the next here, which is type of ad funnel. You don't have to take your ad funnel for granted. I will share with you three types of ad funnel you can apply with any platform. For the sake of this training, I'll focus on just paid ads to your WhatsApp DM. It's not just paid ads, you can relate it to the lead, to the organic, okay. But I want to refer to paid ads in such a way that when you get people from paid ads, you're going to know how to go over them. Because as I always say, selling to your family members, to your church members, to your colleagues makes no sense because they won't buy. You need to get new people, a new audience. Okay. Now let's look at the first funnel, which is paid ads to WhatsApp DM. This has to do with directing people who saw your ads to your WhatsApp DM. This method works best if you want to, the first, if you want to sell a product, and the second, if you want to get more contacts and status views. Hope you understand me. This one is just like directing people from where they saw your ad. It means if they saw your ad from the WhatsApp TV status, it's going to lead them there to your DM. If they saw your ads from Facebook, it's going to lead them from Facebook to your DM. So now it has its downside. Though it has an advantage, but it has its downside. The downside is that you cut off the income flow. You might not be able to manage it as well. So imagine you're running ads from paid ads from Facebook to your WhatsApp DM, and Mark Zuckerberg was able to give you 500 people in just in 24 hours. How are you going to go through the 500 people and follow them up to buy your offer? It's going to be very difficult to manage. You may even forget other potential clients. And the second here is you can check out this website for your WhatsApp automations. Okay, so if you want to make it easier, you can get WhatsApp automation to help you reply some of the messages, so you cannot reply, so you cannot forget. You just have to check this wamatation.com.ng. That's wamatation.com.ng for your WhatsApp automation. So let's look at pay ads to WhatsApp group. This is the second type of ads funnel. So this has to do with sending your leads from paid ads to a WhatsApp group. This has a lot of benefits and also downsides. It means with this you just have to pay adverts from where they are directly to your WhatsApp group you created for that maybe webinar, for that seminar, for that training, for that class, and for whatever purpose you created that group for. It means you're directing people from where they saw the ads to the group. And the benefits are you get to talk to everyone once. Means like you are talking to everyone at once and you have access to all of them in the group. The third is that you get to have contacts and people who can really assist you. Means when you get them now in a group, you can talking to everyone at once is more easier than talking to one person at a time. Like seriously, I don't think it's very much possible to sell to 500 people a day if you are talking to them individually. It's going to be very difficult. And the downside of the paid add to WhatsApp group is that first is you have to manage multiple groups. Just imagine you managing multiple groups. You generate this other group, you have to generate the other group. It's somehow difficult. The second here is you need to find a way to save their contacts. And when you get people in a group, you doesn't remain in a group that way. You just have to look for a way so they can save your contacts. When they remain in the group, they can leave the group at any time. And just imagine a potential client leave the group, you are losing out a lot of money. Some people don't like seeing lots of messages in their DM. Some people like me, for example, I use my phone for business purpose. So immediately I start seeing a lot of messages, I'll be tempted to leave the group. And if they leave the group without saving their contact, you are losing out a lot. So that's advantage of paid ads to WhatsApp group. And even if you want to take them from that paid ads to WhatsApp, if you want to save their contacts, it will be very difficult saving their contact because you need to get some strategy on how you're going to redirect them from the group to your DM, which will be very difficult. So the third here and the best ad funnel I like to use here is paid ads to DM to WhatsApp group. This method is simple. You send the list to your DM and you direct them to your group. The reason for the data is that you can get them to do certain tasks. Like first, they have to save your contact. Then second, they share the flyer on their status with their friends. This works but also has some downsides. You get to spend so much time managing the funnel. So the only disadvantage about it is that you spend so much time. But if you have your robot, you have nothing to worry. Like first of all, it's always important for your list to save your contact so you can get to post more value on your status and get them to purchase your offer. So the second is that the second advantage is that they share the flyer on their status with friends. And this is because you're promising them that they're going to benefit. So if they know that they're going to benefit from you, you will have no problem sharing with friends. So friends can also benefit from you. And as I said, you can um, use a reward, like reward them when they share. So when they share the same screenshot, you reward them maybe with an ebook, or maybe with a course, or maybe with something. Just give them something precious. Okay, it's going to help them share more. So now let's look at the 6 things you need for effective art. Running art no be the thing sha. Art dey comfort. What I mean is that your art are effective when you make sales or crush the goal for the campaign. Here are some things you need for the art. Okay, let me just zoom this so you can see what I'm saying here. Sorry. Here are the things you need for the art. You need a flyer. Here's my flyer, and you need a copy. Okay, you need a flyer like this, and you need a flyer that is art creative, and you need a copy. This is my copy. I guarantee you 30k or more weekly if you jump on into this challenge today. Okay, I would believe me if I knew this strategy earlier, I wouldn't have lost 76k in Ponzi. Learn the exact strategy I use to generate over 50k daily with my smartphone lying on my bed. Contact me here. So this is a call to action. This is the hook, and this is the headline. Okay, we are going to look at the detail here. So the first thing you need for an effective ad is a description or copy. This description of your art, it tells people more about what you're saying. It should not be too long and it should not be too short. Just detailed enough to get the message communicated to them. Always add a call to action to your description. Something like this. Click the link below to know more. So call to action, we're going to look at it in the next maybe. But let me just explain this, okay? So when you're bringing out a description, a copy, it should not be too long, it should not be too short, but you should like have a message. You should tell them what they're going to benefit at the end of maybe reading or whatever you want them to do. Like a lead magnet, right? You're trying to make them move from where they are to your DM or to your group. So you have to make them a promise. And you have to make them know that if they click on that link, they are not going to be losing out, and they are going to be getting a lot. And if they don't click on it, they're going to lose a lot. Okay, that's why you just have to make them feel that way. So that's the description. It should not be too long, it should not be too short. Then the second here is art creative. This could be an image, a flyer design, multiple images, a video, or hybrids of images and videos. So this is an example of an art creative. An art creative can be a flyer, a video, or anything. So it needs to be very engaging. Your art creative should make someone stop and check what's going on. Fewer words and more visuals. It means your art creative should not be maybe too how can I say, like you see someone designing flyer with so many words there, everything is just there. That means someone cannot even figure out what is helpful. So yeah, art creative should just be very brief, like what I did here. You just see few writings here. So the next thing here is headline and hook. The headline should not be too long, but enough to explain what your art is about. Some people are using Facebook free Facebook, so they might not see your image. For those who are running Facebook ads, it means for those of you who are running Facebook ads, always make sure your headline and hook should be very attractive. So in such a way that even someone come across the ad without data or without or on free mode, the person is going to see your ad. Your headline should be something those who need that product or service you are promoting understand easily. It means when they come across this, they should shake their head and say, yes, this guy is talking to me. If I don't click on this, I'm missing out a lot. The next is call to action. Call to action, there are different call to action depending on where you're running your ads and what ads you're running for. Like you can use book now. Let's say you're talking, let's say it's about artists or anything, booking artists or slots or webinar or whatever. You can use book now, contact us, you can use sign up, you can use learn more. Learn more itself is a call to action. So these are some of them. Use them according to what your ad is about. And you can use your Google to know more about call to action or to Google more call to action to use. So let's talk about your ad budget. Your ad budget is a total amount you're willing to spend per day running your ads on Facebook or with influencers and bloggers. This is entirely up to you. For Facebook ad, you can use any amount from as low as $3, which is about 2,000 pounds. While WhatsApp TVs, bloggers, and influencers will bill you depending on the size of their audience or the type of ad you wish to run. Okay, let me correct this. You determine how much you want to spend based on how much leads you want in return. Although it's not that, your products or what you are offering can also determine how much you spend. It's possible to fill a group with just $3 depending on your lead magnet. What do I mean here? Let's say you're generating leads on free class or free webinar on how to make money while lying on your bed. Let's say you want to teach people how to make money at the comfort of their homes, and you run an ad for $3 and it reaches out to about 5,000 people. You have there's a high probability that um about 100 are going to reach out to you. If you reach about 3,000, right, you have a high probability that about 1,000 people will reach out to you, because this ad is talking about money and everyone needs money. But if you are talking about something like you are selling cars or spare parts and you are running ads on that, you're going to realize that you need much more money for that, because not everyone owns a car, talk less of buying spare parts. Okay, so your ad budget depends, and your advert also, the ads you are running also depends. So the audience. Before I talk about mistakes to avoid, let's touch on audience. An audience is a set of people interested in what you're saying or offering. If you target the wrong audience, Facebook bloggers or influencers will send your ads to the wrong people. That's what I explained when I started this session. It means you need to know the bloggers, you need to know the influencers before you even go about running your ads to them. For someone like Mark Zuckerberg, you can trust your ads to him if only you know how to do it. Okay, take out your time to understand those who need to see your ads and what they are interested in. Get bloggers, influencers, or web activities who have raised the audience you need for your ads. Okay, now let's look at the 7 mistakes to avoid. The 7 mistakes to avoid. The first mistake is no clear goal or objective for your art campaign. You need to have an objective. You need to have a goal. Your goal should be I want to raise 1,000 people. I want to raise 500 people. I want to have 500 leads. I want to generate 1,000 leads. I want to generate 1,400 leads. You need to have clear campaign and make an adequate ad budget for that. Second is poor or low quality ad creative, headline creation, a headline and description. Poor or low quality ad creative can be a very serious problem for your ads. Let's say you are running an ad on how to make money while seated at the comfort of your home, and you're providing a poor flyer as an ad creative. I have all right to doubt if I come across such type of advert. How are you going to tell me you're going to teach me how to make money at the same time I'm seeing poor quality flyer? Means you cannot even afford a flyer. So the third here is wrong audience. If you target the wrong audience, you get the insured. You won't even get the turnover won't be high. Even if they're high, you won't make sales. So inadequate ad budget. You need to have enough ad budget. Okay, you don't just have to be running ads like as if you're begging, as if you're trying to beg Mark Zuckerberg, please consider 1,000, please consider. No, you have to have adequate ad budget and no ad funnel. You have to have an ad funnel. I mentioned three ad funnels here, right? In this session, I mentioned three ad funnel. I mentioned from um paid ads to DM, paid ads to WhatsApp group, paid ads to DM to WhatsApp group. So these are ad funnel. You don't have to neglect this. Okay. So this is the end of this session. Harris Ben here.